Welcome to podcast The Psychology of Baby Crying. A cry is a conversation, not a failure. Have you ever noticed what happens inside your body when your baby starts crying? Your heart rate increases, your muscle become tense, you may feel panic, frustration, or even strong urge to make the crying stop as quickly as possible. But why? Why does a tiny human making a sound have such a powerful effect on us? The answer is simple. Because a baby's cry is not just a noise. It is one of the strongest biological signals we are designed to respond. A baby's cry activates something deep inside us. It tells our brain, something needs attention, someone needs me. And for many parents, this can become overwhelming. The question we often hear is, how do I stop my baby from crying? But today, I want to invite you to shift that question. Instead of asking, how do I make this cry disappear? Let's ask, what is my baby trying to communicate? Because crying is not a problem to solve. Crying is a message to understand. As a midwife and a psychology student, I find this topic incredibly important because the early postpartum period is not only about physical recovery. It is also about emotional adaptation, bonding, identity change, and learning how to understand a completely new human being. Understanding why babies cry can reduce parental stress, increase confidence, and support the mental health of both parents and the babies. Let's start with the biology of the cry. A baby is born dependent on caregivers, dependent on parents, you, your husband, your partner. Unlike many animals, human babies cannot survive independently. They cannot walk toward the food. They cannot regulate their own temperature. They cannot calm themselves when they feel overwhelmed. Crying is their survival system. It is their way of saying, I need you. Something feels wrong. Please help me. From an evolutionary perspective, crying was designed to be impossible to ignore, not just for you as a parent, but for anybody who's around. That explains the annoyed neighbor is knocking on your door at the midnight. We all react the same way to baby's cry. This is why many parents describe their baby cry as almost physically painful to hear. Your brain is responding exactly as it was designed to. There is also something fascinating happening, calling mirror neuron activation. When we see another person experiencing distress, our brain partially activates the same emotional system involved in the experience. This is why when your baby cries, you may feel stress, sadness, urgency, or even anxiety yourself. You're not too sensitive. Nobody is. Your nervous system is doing the job and is doing a good job. However, there is an important difference between responding to your baby distress and becoming completely overwhelmed by it. A regulated parent can communicate. They think, okay, I see that you are upset. I'm here with you. We will get through this. And this feeling of safety is one of the most important things a baby can experience. How to decode the emotional needs. Many people think babies cry only because they're hungry, tired, or need a diaper change. And yes, these are the common reasons. But crying has many different meanings too. Sometimes the baby cries because they feel overstimulated. Imagine yourself spending your entire day surrounded by new sounds, lights, faces, movements, and new experiences. For a newborn or small baby, the world is incredibly intense. Sometimes crying is a simple way for the baby to release the tension. This is sometimes called a discharge crying. It does not always mean something is wrong. Sometimes it means my nervous system has experienced too much and I need the support while I process it. Another important concept is containment. Containment means that the parent becomes a safe emotional container for the baby. The baby feels, I have a big emotion, but my parent can stay calm with me. This is how babies gradually learn emotional regulation, by watching you. They first borrow our calm before they can create their own. A common myth is that babies cry to manipulate their parents. But newborn babies do not have the cognitive development required for manipulation. A baby is not thinking, oh, if I cry now, my mother will pick me up. The baby is thinking, I have a need, and crying is the only communication tool I have. So I do it. Responding to your baby does not create a spoiled child. It creates trust. Now let's talk about what you can actually do when your baby's crying. The first tool is what I call oxygen mask rule. Just like on the airplane, you need to put your own oxygen mask on first before helping someone else. If your nervous system is in a panic mode, it becomes much harder to calm your baby. So, before picking up your baby, try this. Pause. Take one slow breath. Relax your shoulders. Feel your feet on the ground. Remind yourself, my baby's having a hard moment and I don't need to fix everything immediately. I can simply be here and try. Here is a simple 30-second grounding exercise if you do feel overwhelmed and tired. Place one hand on your chest. Take a slow breath in. Notice 3 things you can see. Notice 2 things you can feel. And notice 1 thing you can hear. Tell yourself, I'm safe. My baby's safe. We are learning each other. Another helpful mindset shift is observe, don't absorb. Instead of thinking, my baby's crying and I'm failing, try, my baby's communicating something and I have to discover what it is. The crying is not an attack on you. It is an invitation to connect. Today, I want you to remember one important thing. A baby's cry is not a sign that you're a bad parent. A cry is a conversation. Your baby is not asking for perfection. Your baby is asking for connection. Your baby is asking for you. Sometimes you will understand immediately what our baby needs, and sometimes you won't, and that's okay. It's very normal. Parenthood is not always about knowing the answer. It is about staying curious and staying present and continuing to build a relationship with your child. I would love to hear from you. What do you feel about this topic? Which type of crying is the hardest for you to handle? Is it the tired cry? Is it the night cry? Is it the cry that seems to have no explanation? Share your experience, because many parents feel that the same, but they rarely talk about it. In the next episode, we will talk about another important part of postpartum journey, the identity shift after becoming a parent, and why so many people feel like they lose themselves while becoming someone new. Thank you for listening, and remember, a cry is not a failure. It is your baby's first language. Listen to it, respond, and learn. This is Anna Slavik-Thomas, midwife and a psychologist in progress, and I would love if you join me for the next thoughtful moments.